Just like that, we're back. Welcome to Boubas Theory, a podcast, a show, whatever you want to call it, where we talk about anything under the sun, as long as we keep it halal. You know what I'm saying? Hi. So today, I want to talk about procrastination because I feel like this is something a lot of us struggle with. And I feel like it really hinders our growth when we participate in this activity of procrastination because procrastination is the enemy of success, is the enemy to success, right? If you want to be successful, you got to find a way to cut this habit out. It's hard, I know, trust me, it's hard, right? Because most of the time it's like you want to wait for that right moment. You want to wait for that right moment or the perfect time to get something done. And all I got to say is the perfect time is now. There's no time like the present. The past already happened. The future is not here yet. The only time we have is now. So get it done right now, right? And this is something I feel like changed my life when I stopped procrastinating and getting stuff done because it's like sometimes you're just like, let me just leave it for tomorrow. Oh, I'm tired. Oh, it's going to be too difficult. Oh, I want to do it when I get this done. All these excuses we making and we're procrastinating, right? But when cut this out, or when I do my best to cut it out, because it can still creep up on you, but it's really any time that I actually do procrastinate. It's not something I participate in because I made it like a sin for me. You know what I'm saying? Like procrastination ain't it. Can't do that at all, right? So, like I was saying, procrastination is the enemy to success, and when I used to participate in it, I feel like I was moving really slow, right? Like I said, I cut it out. When I cut it out, it was like a big sigh of relief. It was like, every time I got something done that my mind wanted me to wait for tomorrow or until I make this fake precursor to get something done. Every time I did it, it was like a big sigh of relief, right? It was like a load taken off of me. And something that um, I came to realize is that it has a compounding effect. Now, you might be wondering how, because when you procrastinate and you leave that thing off for tomorrow or next week or next month, whatever it may be, there's something else you can be doing during that time that you wanted to leave that thing off for. For example, say there's something I can do today that I'm probably thinking, oh, it's going to be difficult, or it's probably too late. Let me just wait till tomorrow. When I do it today, one is like, all right, I got that out the way. But two is like, I realized it wasn't even that difficult for me to be leaving off for later, right? But when you do it and you get it out the way, tomorrow when you wanted to do it, now you can do something else. So you see, it's a compounding effect. And that thing that you did just now that you didn't leave off for tomorrow opened up an available space for you to do something else tomorrow. So you see now it's compounding and you're moving faster than you would if you participated in my sin, which is procrastination, right? So don't procrastinate. Don't procrastinate. Take procrastination out of your life for good. Because if you do and you keep participating in the activity of procrastination, then you won't move forward. It's going to be really hard. It's going to be really hard. Not to say don't take time for leisure, um, don't take time to have fun, but there's something I was talking about recently. It's like you have to utilize your time wisely, right? Don't stay up late and be scrolling through social media, watching movies, series, and that's something that I feel like is very dangerous and detrimental to your success because they have this stuff set up in a way where once you start watching that series, you don't want to stop until you finish, right? They have these cliffhangers, and then when it comes to social media, they have all these algorithms that keep you engaged. And next thing you know, you're on there for 2 or 3 hours. That's something also, you know, I had to cut out, because once I realized what was going on, it was like, yo, I'm not gonna be a victim to this. This is not something successful people do, right? This is not something I'm gonna keep doing if I want to make certain things happen, do certain things with my life, right? So that's something you have to take into consideration, and not just, um, right? You don't want to just be someone who listens to people take action and talk about how they take action, and you not take action. Why do I say this, right? Because a lot of people get into listening to self-help podcasts, reading self-help books, and they get into just that endless cycle of just listening to people do stuff that they was motivated to do, or trying to listen to motivational talks, and they don't actually take action and do what they have to do, and they just feeling motivated all the time when they're not doing what they went to get that motivation for, if it makes sense what I'm saying, right? So that's something you have to take into consideration. Cut out procrastination. Stop. Just, I'm not saying don't, listen to motivational talks or whatever, but don't make that so much of a habit that you forget the reason why you actually went to listen to that stuff, right? So for me, it's like I feel very lucky, right? I feel lucky to have Islam, because I feel like most of the time when I listen to these self-help podcasts, or see some of these clips, or read some of these books, it's like Islam already gives the solution to this. Islam literally already talks about what most of these people is talking about. And the crazy part is they don't even know it, right? They don't even know Islam already gave these solutions, and they have to go through their own journey, their own struggle to come up with that, and then try to share with others. But it's like, I already knew that. We already knew that. As Muslims, we already have these solutions that other people is now just figuring out, right? And something I feel like is that Islam really keeps you grounded. It's more than a religion. It's not just a religion. It's a way of life. It's a way you live your life. It's a certain moral code you have to live by, a certain way you have to act, certain things you have to do. And especially throughout the day, that if you follow the structure that's set up within Islam, you're going to be good, right? And something that I run into a lot, even when I talk to people or most of these podcasts, is like there's one common theme that I found, and that's what I really wanted to dissect today. And that's something that I feel like has become so big, but a lot of people is not really focusing on it. And that is people having wealth, people having money, or people having a good life, a quote unquote good life, but they still feel a void, they still feel depressed, they still feel sad, and they don't know why. And Islam already gives us that simple solution, and we know it as what's called fitra, right? Uh, Something that we feel naturally. It's like if someone was born and they don't have nobody around them to influence them, no parents, nothing, nobody around them, they just by themselves, or a community that's just by themselves, no outside influence, nothing, they gonna believe in a higher power. They're gonna feel like they came from some, they're gonna feel like there's something else out there, a higher power than them, that where they come from. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that most of these people I hear them talking about, is like they have to go out and find a purpose and this and that. And Islam already tells us this and gives us the guide to get us through life. And we know it's not just about money. It's not just about having a comfortable life. There's more to it than that, because you see a lot of people who don't really have much, but is still content, is still happy with their life. They're happy with the life that they got, because Islam tells us these things. It keeps us away from certain things. It tells us what's good for us to do, and what's bad for us to do, and to keep away from those things. And this is something that when I hear people talking about they went through this, they went through that, and then this the solution they came up with is like, I know that, buddy. You know what I'm saying? And that's not to take away from what they went through or their journey, but it's like that's something that I'm saying I feel lucky that I have Islam and I don't have to go through that. Uh, you know, something that I feel lucky that I have Islam for, and that even if I do go through certain things, even if as a Muslim you do go through certain things, you know where to turn to for answers. It's not something that you have to try to figure out on your own. It's not something that's going to take you a long time to try and figure out, right? Everything uh, I feel like in this world that you could possibly go through, one, a prophet probably already went through, alayhi salam, not just one, multiple prophets that we had. And that's another common misconception. A lot of people think that as a Muslim or as Muslims, we don't believe in Jesus, the son of Mary, alayhi salam, right? A lot of people think that we don't believe in the past prophets, that we don't believe in the Bible, but this is something that's true. And that's not my main focus here today. And I'm going to get into that a little time. But where was my train of thought? Yes, so as I was saying, right, Islam teaches us all these things. It teaches us how to live, and that's something that I attribute my success to, which is Islam. Without Islam, one, I would be nothing, but two, is like it gives you the tools that you need to get through this world. It gives you the answers to certain things, and I have been in certain positions where Islam was the only answer, and what Islam teaches is what got me through. And I feel like that's what got me to the point where I'm at today, and that's what keeps me pushing through, right? That's why I always say P plus A equals S. Prayer plus actions, prayer plus action equals success, right? You can't just pray and expect for whatever you're praying for to fall in your lap or expect it to just happen. You have to actually go out and get it, right? Ask for it because we're told to do that, but you also have to do your part. You got to play your part. You got to do your part. You can't just pray and expect it to happen. You got to actually get down and dirty, as they say. You know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, that's something I wanted to talk about and get out there, because I feel like procrastination is the hindrance to growth. It's the hindrance to success. You have to stop procrastinating. When you stop procrastinating, I guarantee you, like I said, guarantee. I'm not promising nothing. You know, everybody is different. I guarantee you, you're gonna see a big difference in your life. You're gonna have that compound effect to the point where your life is just is you're gonna see so much different miracles. You're gonna see so much different benefits when you stop procrastinating. Because without procrastination, you're gonna get done what you set out to get done. You know what I'm saying? So stop procrastinating and take care of your business. Do what you have to do, and watch how much your life changes.